Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing our read-through of Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings, and we are up to Interlude number 5, entitled Axies the Collector. This is a character that will come back and be referenced in later books in the Stormlight Archive, as well as some of his secret projects, specifically Edge Dancer. This character will be referenced and be included in the ongoing story. Well, who is this guy, Axies? The description is that he is a collector, and he is an immortal being. And so you don't really know that necessarily. It's sort of alluded to, but not too big of a spoiler. He's an immortal being from the Amian Islands, and the map of Roshar, I think I have one here. Yes, I've got the map right here. So it is these islands right there. These are part of those original 7 kingdoms back when the heralds, from the prelude, the ones who are the prelude, prologue, there it is, who are the soldiers who have left their swords and abandoned the Oath Pack. It's back during that era. This is really one of the surviving kingdoms, so it's kind of been outside of the normal history of Roshar. And they're an interesting people, and the Amians, there's different groups of them. And the one that Axies is sort of a combination of the pure Amians and humans. And so he is a human, and yet he has blue skin, blue eyes, blue nails, toenails and fingernails. And he has this ability that he can create, just by his thoughts, he can tattoo himself, essentially. He can cause wording in ink and drawings to be added to his skin, and then he can remove them. He uses that to his benefit because what his life's calling is, we'll learn more about his character, meaning the quality of his character later. But just for now, just know, his life's calling is to go around and try to identify every type of spren on Roshar. And he has been doing it for a very long time. Now, where we find him waking up in a dumpster, and he has no memory of where he's from, where he came from, how he got there. He doesn't really even know where he's at. He begins to piece some things together as he finds written, I think it's on the inside of his like elbow, he finds written there what he was doing the previous night, which was trying to decide and find if you can attract a spren by getting very, very drunk. And he seems to have recorded that, yes, he did see a spren, and he's very excited about that. And he reads, test successful. Appeared as a small brown bubbles, these spren, clinging to objects nearby. Further testing may be needed to prove that they were more than just a drunken hallucination. So he's kind of got a sense of humor, and he's very ironic in what he does. He sort of considers what he's going to call them: ale spren, intoxication spren. And so this is just kind of what he does. However, he does identify something to be true about him. He believes that he is cursed. And the curse specifically comes in this sort of right in the middle of this interlude. Perhaps someone important would take exception to him and have brought him before a local magistrate. The reason that is because he has woken up completely naked, and he has no idea where his clothing went. Wouldn't be the first time he'd been taken before a city magistrate. He'd learned long ago, though, not to worry. Why? When the curse of kind followed you, you learned to take what happened as it happened. He believes that really his curse is just to have bad things happen to him, and he's not going to let it get him down. He's just going to keep doing his life's calling, which is to attract and to try to categorize spren. Now, he found one, so he's found those ale spren. He's very excited about that, but he's also heard that where he is at currently, there is another spren that occurs and appears every single day at the same time. And he goes down to the docks. Iriali is where he's at. And he goes down to the docks, and this massive, large jet of water comes careening out of the water. Now the water is completely still, so all of this is just the actual representation and appearance of the spren. It is causing what looks like water ripples and splashes of water to come out, but it's all just the spren appearing. It was massive. The center of it was a deep blue like the ocean's depths, though the outer edge of this spren are lighter shades. Judging by the masts of the nearby ship, I'd say that the spren has grown to at least a height of 100 feet tall, one of the largest I've ever seen. There's some other things about this spren, but it's one that they really keep their time by because they know it shows up in the morning every single time at this time. And so he is just thrilled. And the display lasted a full 10 minutes before this spren goes away, what appears to go back underwater, but really it's just disappearing. And while he's standing there watching, earlier on when he woke up, there was a beggar staring at him, a kind of a crazy beggar who accused him of destroying half of the city. And really what it was is when he was thrown into this dumpster because he was so drunk the night before, he crushed a bunch of trash and garbage. And this crazy beggar had sort of concocted a world within that dumpster all his own. And every time that Axies stood up and stepped on something, he would be like, "No, you've just destroyed the bakery." So kind of a crazy guy. He got a robe, a sash, a cloth from the crazy man and wrapped it around himself so he wouldn't be carted off and arrested. Well, in his distraction of that massive spren, some ruffians came and grabbed his towel and ran off. So he's standing there again, where he found himself at the beginning, completely naked. And the guards see him. Doesn't take him too long. But he's excited, though, because he's going to have a chance to see if this fabled captivity spren do exist. And he's had a lot of chance to do it because as he is believing that he's cursed, he's found himself in prisons quite a lot. But as the two guards towed him off toward the city dungeon, he was not upset. And his sort of final takeaway, the 2 new spren in as many days. At this rate, it may only take a few more centuries to complete his research. Grand indeed, he resumed whistling to himself as they took him to jail. So this is Axies the Collector. Again, we'll get to know him a little bit more and his people a little bit more in future stories, but just an introduction of a pretty interesting character in these interludes. So thanks so much for watching. If you're interested, you can like and subscribe. We'll continue to read through The Way of Kings in the next video. But until then, take care and enjoy the story.